guys, it's Pip here, just a short video today. So today is all about taking things seriously. So this is what I want to share with you. So I'm at a point in my life where I've really realised I have to take whatever I do now really seriously. I'm sort of past the age of 25. I need to really knuckle down and focus, and this is what I did when I left my job in February. So I had two things going. I had my job and my business. And this is what happened. So I started then an eBay business, so because I thought it would be less physically demanding and give me more time. And I then that wasn't working, so I tried a number of different businesses, but I didn't truly commit, especially in my heart, to any of these businesses. And you have to wake up and say to yourself, what am I going to seriously do with the next, say, year of my life, or the next 6 months, or what do I want to achieve by Christmas? Because so many of us just kind of go through life and don't ever bother to take what we're doing seriously. Like me, I haven't been taking these videos seriously. I've struggled to find the reason why I'm doing them. You know, and I just think that, you know, it's so true what they say, you know, unless you change something, nothing's going to change. Jim Rohn actually used to say, the only way it gets better for you is when you get better. And he is so right, because so many of us kind of go through life in oblivion. You know, we're comfortable with where we are, we kind of buy the same foods. I certainly do. You know, you drive the same way to work, you go to the same job. You kind of have the same base attitude about life, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying you have a bad attitude. I'm just saying that a lot of us don't go beyond that. We don't do more than we have to. You know, we just get to this point and you're like, well, the house is clean and tidy and kind of paying the bills and life is okay and works good, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that, especially if it makes you happy. But do make sure that it is the thing that you want to make you happy. Don't fall into something unconsciously and be like, well, I'm happy enough. You've got to really say, is this truly what I want? And hopefully for most of you it's like, yes, I do want this. And there might be just a few odd areas where you think, well, maybe I could do a little bit better. For me, for example, I always say, oh, my value is family, but I don't honestly make the concerted, deliberate, determined effort to go out and see them. And I think it's because I struggle with relationships, but I shouldn't be using that as an excuse. I should actually be using that as a tool to make me get better. So at the moment I'm changing jobs and I'm going to be a carer, which is going to be hopefully really good and put me back on track with people who are real about life and are not afraid to talk about the things that make life real. And it's going to be very challenging, and I'm not sure at the moment I have the ability to do this, but I know that I just have to make that committed decision that I'm going to do it, and that's the hardest thing of all, you know. And it's so easy to get distracted nowadays. There's lots of wonderful distractions. So many things in this country in particular, but wherever you are in the world, there's so many things, and you have to reduce your options. I was watching a video yesterday and it was talking about reducing your options. So don't have a massive pool of like 100 friends that you try and go around and see because they're all on Facebook. Don't try and get in every which group and club. Just pick one thing and go for it. And if you think about all the people who are successful, any singer that you admire, any band, or any author, or any you know, maybe if it's a politician, maybe it's an authority figure, maybe it's a celebrity that you admire. If you think about it, for example, let's just pick a singer. Let's talk about, I don't know, Shania Twain, for example. No one listens to Shania Twain and goes, yeah, but can she cook a good omelette? Nobody cares, you know what I mean? That's not her remit. Nobody cares. She doesn't have to be good at that. She's picked one thing and off she goes, and she's focused on that. And that's what people who are successful do. They just pick one area and they go for it, and often that does mean this word sacrifice, which we all hate because it makes us seem arrogant sometimes. It means that you might lose out on things. It might mean you lose out on maybe parts of your social life, or maybe you want to get fit and it means you have to give up food that you really, really love, or maybe you, like me, I wanted an easier lifestyle, so I cut my hair short because it's easier that way, which means that I can't have long hair without dedicating the kind of time to go and do that, and get it cut and wash it and everything and all that. I want to dedicate my time just elsewhere. So just a quick message for today about at least have a think and be serious about what it is you want to do, or at least have a general direction you want to go in, and don't discount all the things that you do have. For example, I have a family. Obviously I don't have kids, but I do have quite a large wider family who are pretty incredible, and I don't spend enough time with them. And I take that for granted, because it's always been there, but a lot of people don't have that. There's some people living out there who have no family at all. So for me to just take that for granted is kind of a bit blind, especially when, you think about all the people who, for example, I always think about all the people who died in the war and things, just for us to be here on this planet, and we take so much for granted. So leave me a comment below and let me know what it is that you want to be or get more serious about, particularly before Christmas. Let that be your goal. I'm going to give that to you as the deadline. Christmas Day, what one thing are you going to start being more serious about? So leave me a comment below and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye now.